Hi, it's Yuko Miki from Honeyberry Studios in Seattle, Washington. I'm going to show you how to draw vintage-inspired teapots and teacups using Sakura koi brush pen and Soufflé pens.
In this tutorial, we're going to use Sakura koi brush pens in steel blue and aqua blue. Sakura koi brush pens come in 48 beautiful colors, and this color chart comes with the set, or you can create one yourself. They are water-based and translucent, like watercolor paint. I like how portable they are. I can just throw them in a bag to take with me, and there's no need to set up or clean up. The colors are blendable, and I like to layer at least 2 to 3 colors to add depth and create interesting hues when I draw with these markers. I'm really excited to introduce the Soufflé pens today. These special gel pens come in opaque pastel colors, and when they dry, they have a slight raised texture, which is really fun. And we're going to use green, light orange, and white. I'm using mixed media sketchpad paper today. It doesn't need to be super thick, and a medium weight paper would work. Soufflé pens work best on a smooth surface, so choose something that's not really textured. When you use a soufflé pen, you want to press lightly so the ink can flow out of the tip freely. When you first draw, it's shiny and translucent, but once they dry, they become matte and you can't see through what's behind it. I like to draw everyday objects, and I'm a tea drinker and inspired by cute teapots and cups, so let's draw some teapots and teacups today. You can use what you have at home as a reference, or do a Google image search or look on Pinterest. I have this pretty blue tea set, and it's my inspiration for today. First, I'm gonna draw teapots and teacups with steel blue koi brush pen. I don't usually draw with pencils first, especially when I'm just doodling. But feel free to draw with pencil first if you're nervous about it. After I look at reference materials or pictures, I typically just draw from memory or imagination. I like to simplify shapes and patterns rather than creating a photorealistic image, so have fun with that. Use the tip of the brush pen to shade the smaller area and add more pressure to widen the brush stroke to shade the larger area. I typically move the pen in one direction so the brush strokes are somewhat uniform. I shade with the first color a couple of times to make it a little darker. Okay, so we have 3 teapots and matching teacups here. I'm making them all the same color, but you can also make them all different colors if you'd like. Now, let's layer aqua blue on top of each tea set. I like how this adds subtle depth to the color. Okay, once they're dry, and you want to make sure they're really dry for the soufflé pens to work well, we're gonna add fun patterns with white soufflé pen. Remember to press lightly to let the ink flow. I like simple floral patterns, geometric patterns, and other patterns inspired by nature. For the first set of teapot and teacups, I'll draw flowers with simple petals and one dot in the center. Make sure to keep pressing the pen lightly so the soufflé ink flows generously. So first, it's gonna look glossy and wet, but once it dries, it's gonna be opaque and matte. I drew simple triangle shapes on the second tea set and botanical motifs with leaves on the third set. Now we're gonna add some embellishments with the green soufflé pen. I'm gonna add little green dots on these. You can see the raised texture while it's wet on this one, and on the third tea set as well. Now onto the light orange. Let's use a scratch paper first to activate the ink flow. And I'm gonna add a little dot in the center of the flowers I drew first with the white soufflé pen. Just make sure the first layer is completely dry before you add another color. You can see the green is still drying here, and orange dots are raised and puffy. I'm adding more orange dots on the second tea set. You can see the light orange soufflé pen's texture very well here. And here, the green ink is still wet and not very visible, but the light orange ink on the white looks really puffy. Once they're all dry, you can really see the texture of the soufflé pens. Alright, that's it! I think these turned out really cute!
Well, thank you so much for watching my tutorial today. I hope you enjoyed it. And be sure to tag me at Honeyberry Studios on Instagram if you share your work. I can't wait to see what you created today, and I hope to see you soon.